Hey, good morning, everyone. Monday morning, the 1st of June, 2020. Let's not broadcast it too loud. Just now we wake up the rest of the neighborhood. But Monday morning it is, and something that you might find encouraging. The theme is Easy Does It. And it's focusing on the reading in Philippians chapter 2, verse 13. However, I would urge you to read verses 12 up to verse 18. Verse 13 reads, "It is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose." A story which I found, and I read it. It reads, "My father and I used to cut trees down and then cut them to size with a two-man crosscut saw." Now, two-man crosscut saw are those long saws where one person stands at one end and the other at the other end. And so the one person pulls the saw, and when it's reached its length, the next person pulls it back. The story continues. "Being young and energetic, I tried to force the saw into the cut. 'Easy does it,' my father would say. 'Let the saw do the work.'" Familiar words that my dad also used to say to me. And here's where Paul's words to the Philippians come in. He writes, "It is God who works in you." So easy does it. Let him do the work of changing us. All too often, we've got many Christians that run around trying to change this person, trying to change that thing, or trying to change the world. And they only end up frustrating themselves. Let God do the work. C.S. Lewis said that growth is much more than reading what Christ said and carrying it out. He explained, "A real person, Christ, is doing things to you which gradually turn you permanently into a new little Christ, a being which shares his power, joy, knowledge, and eternity." God is busy with that process today. So maybe we need to be like Mary and sit at the feet of Jesus and take in what he has to say. Pray. Jude reminds us in Jude chapter 1, verse 21, "Keep yourselves in God's love, reminding yourself all day long that you are his. Rest in the assurance that he is gradually changing you." You may ask the question, but shouldn't we hunger and thirst for righteousness? Well, picture this. There's a small child looking up at a gift on a high shelf. You can see the anticipation and excitement in their eyes, but the gift is way too high for them to reach. Along comes the father, reaches up to that high shelf, takes the gift, and brings it down to the young child. So the same is with us and God. The work is God's work. The joy is ours. Easy does it. We shall get there someday. Two questions that I'm going to leave you with. The first reads, what does it mean to you that God is at work in you? And the second question, what do you want him to do in you? So, my dear friends, as we ponder those two questions through the day, my prayer is that we would allow God to work in us and through us, that we would work with him and not against him. May the Lord be with you, may he bless you, may he cause his face to shine upon you, and be with you always. Amen.